the hole in the blade's only like 1 3/4 or 2 inch. I can't remember. Mr. Monroe gave it to me. He's that Sawyer in Arkansas. I did a video on him before. So Jack, we're gonna go see the grumpy machinist. He'll make an insert to go right here. My mandrel's only 1 3/8 or so, so you gotta make up this difference. So don't know anything about that new blade. I may find out I can't even use it, but I'm gonna try it, see what happens. Hope y'all enjoy the video.
Sawmill. Holy crap. Do you have a saw?
I need a blade insert. Can you do it?
You betcha. I can make holes.
Are you still grumpy?
Yeah.
What kind of mic is that?
This is just a snap gauge. It will get real close to the inside diameter. Then you can take it over to the mic. That's like 2 inches.
Is it? Okay.
Piece of material that's big enough to fit in the hole.
A little bit oversized.
Oversized. That'll do it. Just about right.
Then you'll
3/16.
you'll chuck it up.
That's stainless steel.
Will you do the outside diameter first and then bore the inside?
Yeah. Oh, Grumpy Jack's going to be on YouTube. What do you
Again.
know? That's a
Or chupacabra.
chupacabra. What's that?
The goat monster.
Oh, yeah, that's Spanish.
They exist, Jack. Come on.
Really?
Yeah, don't rule it out.
That is on a way. And then you run into a video where this guy says, I can chuck that thing up and get it back dead on center in 2 adjustments. And, you know, they get themselves competing on how many steps it takes to get the thing to center up. And you hear the words, that's dead on, you know, or that's sparking out, or whatever, you know. And they make you think they've hit it exactly, when nothing in this world is exact. You know?
That's right.
It's just as close as they can get it to it. And they're bullshitting you on the rest of it.
Yep.
Sharper than it was.
You gonna do it again?
And I didn't get everything to its right out on the
We're just
edge.
listening to it.
Yeah. There's 25, 35, 40. Hair over 40. We've got to go 16. 24.
Do you want me to clean this inner race right here? It's probably rusty.
It's maybe rusted a little bit, but that's just more stuff that'll make it stay put. The old railroad guys, Banks, told me this. He said, these tires on the railroad axles are steel. And the guys at the machine shop that are making these wheels, or tires as they call them, it has to have a certain diameter, so inside diameter, so it'll fit on the axle and wheel part with so many thousandths interference fit. And if it has less than that, it'll just fall on there or go on real easy, and when the railroad goes down the track, the tires will come off the wheels. Okay, so he says they're on there by press fit. And if a machinist misses it a little bit and gets a little bit bigger hole than he needs on the tire, he says, once they put it in that press and they're pressing that tire onto the wheel, they're looking at the pressure gauge on this thing and watching to see how much pressure it takes to put it on there, and there's a specification. It must have to require so much pressure. If they're seeing that it's going on and it's under pressure, it says they reach down in the floor and grab some dirt, throw it up there on that wheel, and all of a sudden the pressure starts going up, you know, as it's dragging that dirt down in there with it. He said, that's an old trick of the railroad guys.
What are we gonna do, Jack?
We're going to measure the shaft.
Because Jack doesn't trust my little plastic Harbor Freight caliper. Why not, Jack?
No. $1.372 and a half.
1.372. 1 3/8.
That's
yeah.
1 3/8.
Yeah.
$60 thousandths to go.
Okay.
Real close to it.
we're gonna have to stop right here. Jack has to run off to church. So all we have left to do is to part the piece off the stock and install it in the blade. So I'll have to come back tomorrow. Hopefully Jack will wait on me so I can finish videoing this. I'll go out to the sawmill and I'll move the blade guide and the board splitter and get ready for this new blade. This splitter I put on here, I don't know, about a year ago. And what the plan was is I made it where if I rotate it, it's vertical. I'm hoping that it'll be just right for the new blade. So all we got back here is a channel iron and I tapped it. I'll have to, I'm just going to set it there for now. When I get the blade installed, I'll have to probably adjust this a little bit. But that concludes the adaptation I need just for the blade. The new blade's going to stop right here. And the splitter, it should come shy of that splitter there. So there is one more thing that I forgot to mention. I have a little secret project I'm doing also on this video. If it works out, I'll show you. How come you cut this without me here?
Well, I got to thinking, I better get busy on that thing because I don't know what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
Anybody walks in the door sometimes.
Like Gene, Mean Gene,
Yeah,
with the
like
bandsaw
all
machine.
the problems of the world.
Mean Gene of the bandsaw machine. So first test, it does not fall through, so that's good.
Yep.
Okay, the next test is, will it go on further in there?
Yeah. Okay.
And then stay put.
Okay. Just
About
gonna
to-
tap it real light. Let me see. Let me see. It's dry. It's really close.
That's, okay, it's 200 thousandths thick. The blade itself measured out at 187, 86 thousandths of an inch thick. So it'll stick out slightly on
Good.
both ends, but just maybe 10 thousandths. There it is.
How much do I owe you?
$10 million.
10 million?
Satisfied with the winning Powerball number, though. Not yesterday's, tomorrow's. Did it get smaller as I drove it in there? .374.
God, it's perfect.
Yeah. Let's go eat.
Hey guys, on this side of the blade, I found a few spots where it's been hit by a hammer. Right there and right there. So I don't know what caused that, but that's not good.
It's a great celebration that's being planned today, and there's a feeling of excitement in the air, and the final preparations are now underway.
I finally got the blade back from the grumpy machinist. So I'm going to pull the old one off and put the new one on. And let's see if it fit on the shaft. Off with the 40-inch right there. It's still a pretty stout blade. Okay, so while I was cleaning this blade, I noticed a couple of the shanks have splits in them right there. I think it'll be all right. There's two of them like that. The other thing I noticed is some of these seem to have a, or at least one, it looked like it had an F9. F9. The rest of them have F8. You saw where Jack hammered this insert in. So this will create tension in the blade. So it's all unknown right now what's going to happen with this blade. In fact, when I started spinning, I'll probably stand off to the side just in case bullets fly at me. Let's put it in over here. Let's get her done. Decided to do a side-by-side comparison. That's an 18-inch white oak right there. There's the 40-inch blade, and there's the 48-inch blade. It looks so much bigger. Spread a little oil on the back side of this, especially around where that collar is going to be. Here goes the moment of truth for the grumpy machinist. Is he worth his weight in salt or gold? So far so good. It kind of went on. Oh man, that thing's heavy. Oh yeah, it worked. Thank you, grumpy machinist.
That's dead on.
I didn't see any cracks around this right here, but the thing that was concerning is that somebody really knocked the fire out of it with the hammer. But it doesn't look like it's a saw doctor that did it. It looked like, you know, I don't know, somebody just randomly hit it. So that's good news, that worked. Very cool. With this extra distance that I'm going to have right here, that'll slow down some of my chainsaw work. It's pretty stout. Looks like it's concave toward the board side. Call that good right there. And I'm going to put the blade guide on if I can find it. Here it is. So the blade guide is 2 dowel rods. Screw it in here. This one right here is adjusted by this motion here, this adjustment. So I get just a hair of light on this side over here, and then I run this in, so I just have just a hair of light on that side. So that's with the blade idle. I mean, it's once you start running a log through there, it'll bow up and change on you. Okay, just a little bit of daylight there on that one. Lock these down. And I'll screw this in. So I always try to oil this before we start sawing every time. Alright. And let me get a straight edge over here to check this blade. I'm rushing just a little bit today because of it's about to rain on me. So what we got here is I got this ruler sitting on top of the collar, and I'm making sure I don't hit the bit. And I got about 1/8 of an inch here, touching here. So I have no idea what Mr. Monroe run this, the RPMs he run this at. If I have enough RPMs, it should straighten up. I'm gonna have to hammer it anyway because of that insert and the hammer marks and all that stuff. So we'll call it good right there. Blade guide set. The board divider seems to be spaced about right. Got almost 3 fingers of space right there, and it's lined up. So I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and hope you found it was interesting. And what I'm going to do right now, get off camera, I'm going to oil this blade up so it can't rust. That WD-40 I was sprayed on there, that doesn't ever last. Anyway, thanks for watching.
We worked all night long. That day and all night until the next day, getting them things cut. He likes to lie himself into trouble.
You didn't really think I'd leave you hanging, did you? We're gonna have to test this. So I've got a little cedar up there. We'll run that cedar through here. It's probably a 6-inch cedar. I don't want to run that white oak because that white oak's tough. I don't need to add a lot of stress right now. I just want to see what this looks like running on the mill. But pretty exciting. I try to keep this blade oiled all the time because I don't want it to rust, especially these gullets and everything. The other blade I ran, that 40-inch, had Simmons. I believe it was Simmons inserts and bits. But I don't know what F8 means. If somebody's watching this knows what an F8 is, let me know. Because I probably should order some teeth for this just so I have some on hand. Because when I hit nails, I'll end up using some bits, some old bits, just to keep from having to spend so much time on trying to straighten out the bits. You know, Mr. Monroe, he sawmilled anything that was commercial. So he told me he was sawmilling railroad ties, the ties that goes under the rails. He sawmilled pallet wood. He cut boards. But back in his day, there wasn't a lot of people, that did wide slabs or anything like that. So he was more commercial. than anything. That's what it sounded like to me. There you go. Ready for the test. This is my grandfather's tractor. Here's the first test. So today we've got Jack in here in River Park Barbecue, and we're going to give him a little Christmas present that's basically the internet has been screaming that Jack get this.
Oh no.
Here you go, Jack.
Oh,
Jack,
will it jump out and bite me?
It's not a gag.
Grumpy. Oh my gosh, I got my own thing now. You look at your grumpy machine. And it's got a pocket on it. Don't believe it.
Hey, hold it down, put your face right there. Perfect.
And what's so grumpy today? He's buying lunch and gave me a shirt with a pocket. And it's a t-shirt too.
Pretty unstable right there. We'll see if a little RPM straightens it up. It looks like the blade's rubbing on it, which if it's concaved out, that's going to happen. So we'll see if we can cut one board. It's a little bit frightening to do this right now because I'm just unfamiliar with the blade. Nothing flew off of it though. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is cut a 1-inch board. And if the blade's walking in the log, it won't be the same on both ends. Here's an excellent video on diagnosing blade problems. Okay, a lot of good things happened today, and that the blade fit on the arbor and nothing flew off the blade. At least I didn't hear anything falling off of it. Looks like it's still got all the teeth, all the bits. So that's a good thing. It seems to be out of balance, like it's warped. But it did do pretty good for an unknown blade. So what we got here is 1 1/8 inches. And down on this end we got 1 1/4 inches, so it's 1/8 inch off over a little over 10 feet. So as you can see, the blade didn't kill me. The blade's got to be 2 decades old. I mean, it's completely unknown, the condition of the blade. Mr. Monroe didn't even remember exactly what, he just said it was a good blade. So what I need to do now is I'm going to measure the RPM that the tractor is producing, and I'm going to measure the curve that this wobble blade is cutting right now. And I'm doing this just to make notes for the saw doctor. And by the way, if anybody knows a saw doctor within, East Texas, Louisiana, or Arkansas, maybe even Oklahoma, I can run this blade up there to him and see what he can do with it. So I'm going to put another log on this sawmill right now, and we'll measure that curve. Then I'll pull this safety equipment away, and we'll measure the RPM and lead. And by the way, on the lead, I made a little tool to do that, and I'll show you how that works right here. First thing I do is just mark a tooth. I'm going to check the lead here. The next thing I got to do is disable the blade guide so it doesn't touch the blade. So this is I don't even know what this went to. It's some kind of caliper. Hopefully y'all can see this. But all it is a blade, a razor blade that I put a 90-degree in and epoxied it to this. So this right here, this blade, razor blade, will fit down in between the 1 inch by 1/4 angle iron. So I'll show you that now. So what I do is, hopefully y'all can see this, I put the razor blade down in between the tracks, catch a tooth right here that's marked, loosen this up, keep this parallel across, or level across here, and just barely touch that bit right there. So it's sitting down in between the 2 angle iron. It can't go this way, and it's just touching that tooth right there. So now I'm going to do it on the other side. So now what I'm going to do is, y'all can't see this off camera, but I'm rotating that piece of survey tape right over here where it's even with this 1/4 inch angle iron. I'm going to set my tool back down in between those two. I need a ruler. So I set it down in the angle iron. And I get my ruler out. Which I'm doing this for camera. I'd use a different ruler, but I want y'all to be able to see this. So this tool cannot move in the track this way. And I'm about, it's a little less than, let's see if I can get it. It's a little greater than 1/16. So that means I've got 1/16 going into the log. In other words, it's canting into the log like this. So 1/16 into the log. And remember, I had 1/8 inch bigger on the butt end than I did on the arriving end. But the manual says, you know, that's about right, 3/32 or so. But I'm not sure that, you know, it didn't come with a 48-inch blade. I really don't know what the lead should be. And if somebody is familiar with this, they can let me know in the comments. But I'm going to leave it right where it is for now. But to tell you the truth, I'm going to pull this, at some point I'm going to pull this blade back off when I find a saw doctor and put my 40 back on there, because I can cut boards. I can reliably cut boards on it. And I'm going to need to do that here in the next few weeks. So that's that. Now let's get a RPM on this. Okay, so first I'm going to check idle, just because I never looked at it before. $250. The only thing left to do is get this blade to a saw doctor now and see if he pronounces it DOA or if he can repair it. Thank you for watching this video. Hope it was entertaining. The only thing that I would do right now that I know to do would be put a dial caliper on here and see how much the run out actually is instead of checking the curve. But this is what I got. This is what I've done. So hope y'all enjoyed Jack, and my condolences to the Monroes for losing Kenneth. He was a great sawyer and a great man. God bless y'all. Have a great week.
Last day, he was letting me semi-retire. I'd work a couple of days a week or whatever. But he called me one day and he said, Blackie, I got a piece of load of pallets over here, and I got enough logs to finish them out. Would you come and cut them up? Said, after that, I'm going to shut it down. I thought, I've heard that. You're going to shut it down. I said, okay, I'll come cut them up. And I went over there, and you know, half them logs was walnut and cherry, and I made pallet lumber out of it.
Oh, that's a shame.
I did.
Huh.
That's what he wanted. And he finished that load of pallets out and shut it down. He was just about broke. Him Weyerhaeuser, he'd gotten debt to them or something. He just come very near going broke.